Hi everyone, it's Jimmy at SurvAid, and in this video we'll have a quick overview of the Manhole Inspection mobile app. Okay, so this is how the Manhole Inspection app will look if you download it from the Play Store or the App Store onto your device. I'm using an Android device today, a physical one with the screen mirrored onto my monitor here, but it works on iOS as well, phone or tablet size. So let's get started. If we're out on site and we want to record the information about a manhole that we've lifted, then we tap on the plus button at the top right hand corner like it says, and you'll see that we get given option for manhole and inspection chamber, and these are pretty much the same. The only difference is for manholes we record pipes, and for inspection chamber we record ducts. So for this example we'll go and do a manhole, tap on that, and a form will appear that will let us collect all the information that we could need about any manhole. So at some point you will have to log into this app using the same credentials that you set up when you create an account in the web portal, but once you've done that we get to the second field down, which is surveyor. Tap on this user and it will put our name in there. Everything in SurvAid needs to have a job number before it can get exported, so we put that in this field here. And then a suffix is something that you can tack on to the end of the job number per individual manhole, which can make things easier to find in the web if you want to. And then as we work our way down from here, then the fields start to record the details about the job itself and the location that we're at. So we've got things like site name, site number, description, what's the cover over, what measuring tools you're using, manhole ID, what's the location. We can get the GPS coordinates from the device, which not accurate for survey purposes, but good for displaying things on the map and things like that. You see it's not very accurate at the moment because I'm indoors in my office, but outside that would be better. You can see that underneath there it has also automatically generated a grid reference which can follow through out onto the manhole cards, which can be useful. And then we work down through service type. Where possible, the app will give you drop-down menus that you can choose from rather than having to type things into text boxes. And there's pretty much anything you could ever want to record about a manhole in this app. So eventually we come down to the cover, so the number, the shape, the material, the duty, the condition. Does it need a padlock, the dimensions, did you manage to lift it or not? If not, what were the reasons? And then we work our way down through the shaft, any slab, biscuit, down into the chamber. Again, all this stuff that you would expect, like dimensions, material, condition, all sorts of stuff like that. There is a number of depths that we can put in here. Now anything where there's a depth, when this data gets uploaded to the web and a cover level gets added, all the levels for these depths will automatically get calculated as well, and these can feed through into manhole cards and things like that. And then we come down to the area where we add pipes. So we can there's separate sections for incoming and outgoing pipes. Just tap on the add new button and that brings up a subform, if you like, again with mainly drop down menus and text fields. So what's the function of the pipe, what shape is it, what's it made out of. And then if we save that, we can see that it will just add a pipe to the list. We can either copy the one we just did or keep creating new ones. And we just build up a list of incoming pipes. They numbered up to A. There's a set number that you can put coming in. And then outgoing pipes start from X, and you can have up to 3 X, Y, Z pipes coming out. As we can work our way even further down, these are components where we can draw diagrams and sketches, and each one basically is worthy of a video in and of itself. So I'll link in the description underneath the links to the individual videos for these, but in brief, location sketch, you take a photograph and then you can overlay arrows and lines and labels over the top of that, so quite good for showing the location of the cover above ground. Chamber sketch is where you can create a diagram of the chamber and the cover, and you can overlay lines and arrows and labels and things and letters over the top of that as well. So basically the equivalent of drawing the diagram on pen and paper. Connectivity sketch, you can map out nodes and sort of show on a diagram where the nodes that income into this manhole are and where the ones that on the outgoing pipes end up linking up to. Free draw sketch is just a blank canvas and you can draw with your finger a diagram that way. You can take up to 4 photographs. People tend to do one of the cover above ground and then one with the phone pointing down into the manhole. I'll just take a picture of my keyboard here in the office. And then there's just some general notes and some yes/no options about the condition. Is there vermin down there? Has it been flooded? Is there residue? All that sort of thing as well. So if I come out of there now, we can see that the arrow to the plus button goes and we have a manhole in there. So now we've generated one. If I tap on the plus button again, you can see now it will give me the option. I can either start again from scratch or I can copy the last one that was created. If we copy the last one, you'll see that all the stuff that is generic to that job, so the date, who the surveyor was, the job number, things like the project, site name, site number and what have you, will just copy over. So you only have to really type those in once at the beginning of a job and then it will just get copied across each time. If I come out of there, now that we've got 2, I can tap on the plus button again and I can either copy the last one or I can pick one out of the list and then base my manhole on that. Once we've gone through and we've got all the manholes collected that we want to, can tap on the export button at the top right and we get a choice to either select which ones we want to upload, or we can choose all the draft ones, which are all the ones that haven't been exported yet. Click on OK and they will slowly upload to the cloud. Once they're all done, then they turn green in the list so you can see which ones are being exported. Now, if you export something and then it turns out that you've missed something out or you want to change something, you can go back into them and update whichever thing needs to be updated. And then once that's done, you can either go back to the list or you can export them individually from inside the app by tapping on this button in the top right hand corner. And it will give you a warning just to say this has already been uploaded before. Anything you upload now is going to overwrite what's in the database, so that's just something to be aware of. That's all gone up again fine. And then, so yeah, you would go through and build your list of manholes up like that, export them, check it all in the web portal, and then once you're happy that everything's done and dusted, you can then delete them off your device. So if I tap on the delete button in the top left hand corner, similar to the export, we can do a selection or all the ones that have been exported. We'll do a selection this time. Tap on the ones that you want to export, tap on the delete button again, asks you if you're sure, and that gets rid of them all from the list. The only thing left to show you now is if I tap on the little person icon in the top left corner, then it just shows you the details of who's logged in, which company you are, what version of the app that you're working on. If you need to log out for any reason, you can do so by tapping in the right hand top right corner to log out. We'll OK that, take you back to the list. If we go back onto the person icon now, then it'll come to a login screen. So that is where and how you would log in. And that's pretty much everything for the Manhole Inspection app. Like I said, those diagrams, there's 5 different ones that you can do, and I'll put links to each one of them in the description. Hope that was useful. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch. We've got lots of articles in our help centre that covers these things off as well. More videos on the YouTube channel. Happy surveying.